We're going to talk about fighting around a vehicle. We're going to talk about fighting from a vehicle, and we're going to maybe figure out that it might not be the best thing for us to really do, fighting from a vehicle. And hopefully we're going to demonstrate alternatives for how can I manage myself.
As we're in our car, right, the last thing we want to have is somebody pulling a pistol on us and we're unprepared for it, right? We're sitting here just driving and then so that comes down to situational awareness for us. As we're driving, guys, you should be checking left mirror, center mirror, right mirror, right? Every couple of seconds, just mirror, 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 and then back to front again. Just roll through those mirrors, and then every time you come up to an intersection, start taking in who's on my left, who's on my right, and who's behind me, right? As soon as you stop, you take all that information in, left, right, who's behind me. When you go to make a left hand or a right hand, right, as you go to make those turns, you're looking for problems. You're looking near and you're looking far. And what I'm trying to do is, are there any pedestrians on the corner, on the street, in the esplanade, in the emerging center of the piece that could present a problem to me, like a homeless person or something, panhandling, trying to get stuff from me. Right, I want to know where all these people are, and I want to look near to far, right? The near people are going to be my problem. The far people are going to be my problem in a minute. So the situational awareness piece is something that we have to, if we're switched on there, we can avoid having to even worry about fighting from our vehicle or fighting from the vehicle at all, because you see it and you avoid it. Right, so that's our first piece we want to talk about. But the second section is, let's say we failed at all of that, or life just didn't work out for us the way we wanted it to, and we're in our car, we've got our seatbelt on, and as I'm driving up, if I start to see that I've got a problem coming my direction, I want to go ahead and get out of this seatbelt early. Right? If I start to see something coming, I want to go ahead and just go ahead and ease that seatbelt off of me. And I want you guys from here forward, when you get out of your seatbelt in your car and you're every time you get out of your seatbelt, I want you to start burning this into your brain as a habit of a way to get out of the seatbelt. You take your hand on the door side and you swim under the seatbelt here. And then this thumb is going to come down, and that's what's going to activate the seatbelt for that. And the reason we do that is so that when I get out, the seatbelt is off my arm already and it's not hooking me under the pit, right? But I want you to get into the idea of you swim under it, and then this thumb comes down, pops it, and then you can control it so it doesn't beat your car up, but get out of the car like that, all right? That's just something to train so that in an emergency, that's gonna be your go-to way to get out of the car, because you've kind of burned a neural pathway to learn that, all right? So we've got somebody that's creating a potential problem for us. We're just kind of getting ready for it. So we pop that seatbelt off and just ease the seatbelt off, and we're still in our car, door's still shut. And so now we got to talk about the draw and how are we going to present that gun. We've all got stuff on our hips right now. Police officers have a gun that's on their hip, and they have to manage and worry about that. What you can do if you've got your gun on your hip is you elevate your hip slightly, right? You elevate your hip slightly so you can get the gun, and the gun comes out. Once the gun comes out and I'm starting to press, assuming that the problem is in front of me, right? I'm going to drive my hands and my gun to the wheel, and I'm pushing to the wheel so that it's past the wheel, so I don't have that barrel sight relationship problem of looking through my dot and I've got it back here. I can see the target, but where's my muzzle going to be? I'm going to be putting rounds in my steering wheel. So I'm going to drive the gun past and catch the wheel, and now I've got my dot in the right spot, or I've got my irons in the right spot, and I've got a brace position that I can start shooting from. All right, so that's our process there. So we get the seatbelt off, and here he comes. Here's the problem. Elevate the hips slightly. Elevating the hips kind of gets the gun up out of this ditch that it's sitting down in, and you got console and all that. Especially cops, they've got computers and all kind of stuff going on here. Elevate the hips slightly, gun comes out, drive the pistol, and now you've got your sights ready to go. All right, so